Hello, my friends. Welcome back to American Lingo Academy. I'm Fiona, and today we're going to learn another 10 common idioms, phrases, and sentences that native English speakers use every single day. These expressions are super useful, and I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what they mean and how to use them naturally in your own conversations. Number 1, I worked up my courage. This is a phrasal expression that means you built up your bravery or confidence to do something difficult or scary. When you work up your courage, you prepare yourself mentally to face something that makes you nervous or afraid. We use this when we need to do something challenging, like asking someone on a date, giving a presentation, or having a difficult conversation. It shows that you needed time to gather your strength and confidence. For example, imagine you want to ask your boss for a raise, but you're really nervous about it. You might say, I worked up my courage and finally asked my boss for that promotion. It took me weeks to do it, but I'm so glad I did. Here's another one. Maybe you're afraid of heights, but you want to try rock climbing with your friends. You could say, I worked up my courage to go rock climbing yesterday. I was terrified at first, but it was actually really fun. Number 2, where to? This is a very short question that means, where are you going? Or where would you like to go? It's much more casual and faster than saying the full question. You'll hear this question most often from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, or anyone giving you a ride. It's also used by friends when they're deciding where to go together. For example, you get into a taxi at the airport. The driver looks at you in the mirror and simply asks, where to? Instead of saying, where would you like me to drive you today? He just says those two simple words. You might hear something like this when you meet your friend downtown and they ask, I'm driving, where to? They want to know which restaurant, store, or place you want to visit. Number 3, just in case. This is a phrase that means to be prepared for something that might happen or as a precaution. We use it when we want to be ready for a possible situation, even if we don't think it will definitely happen. This phrase is super common in everyday life when we're being careful or preparing for different possibilities. It shows that we're thinking ahead and want to be safe or ready. For example, you're going to a picnic and the weather looks okay, but you pack an umbrella anyway. You might tell your friend, I'm bringing an umbrella just in case it rains. The forecast looks good, but you never know. People often say something like, I'm going to bring extra money just in case we decide to go shopping after dinner. I probably won't need it, but it's better to be prepared. Number 4, my memory is a little hazy. This is a sentence that means your memory is unclear, fuzzy, or not very sharp about something. When something is hazy, it's like looking through fog. You can't see clearly. So a hazy memory means you can't remember something clearly. We use this when we're trying to remember something from the past, but we're not completely sure about the details. It's a polite way to say you don't remember something perfectly. For example, someone asks you about a party from last month, and you say, "My memory is a little hazy, but I think Sarah was wearing a red dress. I'm not completely sure though, it was a while ago." Here's another one. Maybe someone asks you about your first day at work 5 years ago. You might say, "My memory is a little hazy about that day, but I remember being really nervous and getting lost trying to find the break room." Before we continue with the rest of our expressions, I want to ask you to please hit that like button if you're enjoying this lesson. It really helps me know that these videos are useful for you. And don't forget to subscribe to American Lingo Academy because we post new videos every single day to help you improve your English. Now let's keep going with our expressions. Number 5, beats me. This is a casual idiom that means I don't know or I have no idea. It's a very informal way to say you don't know the answer to something. The word beats here doesn't mean hitting something. It means defeats or wins against. We use this in casual conversations when we really don't know something and want to admit it in a relaxed way. It's more informal than saying, "I don't know," and it often shows that the question is difficult or impossible to answer. For example, your friend asks you, "Why does the bus always come late on Mondays?" And you reply, "Beats me. I've been wondering the same thing for months. Maybe there's more traffic on Monday mornings." You might hear something like this when someone asks a really difficult question. "Do you know why cats always land on their feet?" Beats me. That's just one of those mysteries of nature, I guess. Number 6, I'm sorry if I offended you. This is an apology sentence that means you're saying sorry because you think you might have upset someone or hurt their feelings. To offend someone means to make them angry, upset, or hurt by something you said or did. We use this when we realize that something we said or did might have been inappropriate, rude, or hurtful. It's a way to acknowledge that we may have made a mistake and to try to make things better. For example, you make a joke about someone's cooking, but then you see they look upset. You quickly say, "I'm sorry if I offended you. I was just trying to be funny, but I realize my comment about your cooking was inappropriate." People often say this in situations where cultural differences might cause misunderstandings. "I'm sorry if I offended you by not taking off my shoes. I didn't know that was the custom in your home." Number 7, I'm flattered. This is a sentence that means you feel pleased and honored by something nice someone said about you. When you're flattered, you feel good because someone gave you a compliment or showed that they think highly of you. We use this to respond to compliments, especially when someone says something really nice about our abilities, appearance, or character. It shows that we appreciate the kind words. For example, your coworker tells you that you're the best presenter in the company, and you respond, "I'm flattered. Thank you so much for saying that. I've been working really hard on my presentation skills." Here's another one. Someone asks you to be the leader of an important project at work. You might say, "I'm flattered that you thought of me for this position. I'd love to take on this challenge." Number 8, that's very flattering. This sentence has almost the same meaning as "I'm flattered," but it's used a little differently. It means that what someone said or offered makes you feel honored and appreciated. We often use this phrase when someone offers us an opportunity, asks for our help, or gives us a big compliment. It's a way to show that we recognize the kindness or respect behind their words. For example, a friend asks you to be the maid of honor at her wedding. You might say, "That's very flattering. I'm so honored that you want me to be such an important part of your special day." You might hear something like this when someone offers you a job or an opportunity. "The company wants to promote you to manager. That's very flattering. I'm excited about the opportunity to lead the team." Number 9, what are we having? This is a simple question that means, what food are we going to eat? We usually ask this question when we're about to have a meal, but we don't know what food has been prepared or chosen. This question is super common in family settings, restaurants, or any situation where someone else is choosing or preparing the food. It shows curiosity about the meal that's coming. For example, you come home from work and smell something delicious cooking in the kitchen. You ask your family, "What are we having for dinner? It smells amazing in here." People often say this when they arrive at a restaurant with friends who made the reservation. "I'm so hungry. What are we having? Did you already order for the table?" Number 10, you're barking up the wrong tree. This is a colorful idiom that means you're looking in the wrong place, blaming the wrong person, or pursuing the wrong solution to a problem. It comes from hunting dogs that would bark at the wrong tree when chasing an animal. We use this expression when someone is making an incorrect assumption about something or trying to solve a problem in the wrong way. It's a way to redirect them to the right path. For example, your friend thinks you ate the last piece of cake and starts asking you about it. You might say, "You're barking up the wrong tree. I haven't been in the kitchen all day. Maybe you should ask your roommate." Here's another one. Someone at work thinks you're responsible for a mistake in a project you weren't even involved in. You could say, "You're barking up the wrong tree. I wasn't part of that project team. You should probably talk to the marketing department." And that's our lesson for today. I hope these 10 expressions help you sound more natural and confident when speaking English. Remember, the best way to learn these phrases is to practice using them in real conversations. Try to use at least one of these expressions this week in your daily life. Thanks so much for watching, my friends. If this video helped you learn something new, please give it a like and share it with anyone else who's learning English. I love reading your comments, so let me know which expression was your favorite or if you have questions about any of them. And don't forget to subscribe to American Lingo Academy because we post helpful English lessons every single day. I'll see you in the next video. Keep practicing and remember, you're doing great.